What's up? Welcome to Always Open. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and today I have two wonderful pals with me. I love the word pals. Starting with Blizzb3ar.
Hi. It's good to see you.
Welcome to the show.
Good to be back. This is like my 5th time returning.
No
it's
big
whatever.
deal.
I'm a veteran.
Just one of my faves.
But I hear there's a freshman here, so.
There's a freshman, brand new to the show. Twitch streamer, content creator, beautiful human being, Madi DuVernay.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome to the show.
I'm here to outshine Blizz.
Oh.
Like it's hard.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I regret it immediately. You both are very shiny and beautiful.
We should do Mean Girls. Just like we all fall into somewhere in the Mean Girls universe.
Who is who?
I'm probably Damien.
I would have to be Gretchen Wieners.
Shotgun Karen.
I love that.
I don't think you'd be Karen. I think you have Regina potential.
Do you have Regina?
I think you have Regina potential.
Is that a compliment or
It
a
is
huge
actually.
insult?
I feel like it is.
Yeah, no, I think it's a compliment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the confidence.
Oh.
Let us know in the
ability
comments.
to lead.
Definitely not Katie Heron.
And yeah,
No.
not
No.
Catty. Can't do
Catty.
that. No.
Did you guys see the commercial they did where they used the entire cast of Mean Girls other than Regina for like, I think it was Target or Walmart or something like that? Did you guys see this?
No.
It was like a commercial using all the characters from Mean Girls, the cast of Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Was it
as
at
their
the time
characters.
that the movie came out?
No,
Or
it was like
after?
this year. And so they're all playing like moms and their kids
Oh.
are going to high school.
What?
Yeah, it's like it messes with your head, dude. Cuz it's like, "Oh, wait a minute. When did Mean Girls come
Well,
out?"
isn't there a new Mean Girls movie coming
I
out?
think
Yeah, it's
that,
a musical.
oh, there's a musical, but I think that was a urban legend or not urban legend, whatever
I
the word
just
is.
saw a trailer for it though.
Yeah, no, it's coming out. The musical's coming out.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Is it
It's
a musical?
it's not the movie, it's the musical.
It is a musical because the lead actress who plays Regina, I
Is
see on
Renee
TikTok.
Rapp.
Yes,
And I love
see on
Renee
TikTok. I
Rapp
love her
so
so much.
much.
Okay, I was like, this is sick.
There was a rumor that the original Mean Girls cast was coming back for a movie. And I think that was just a
yeah,
rumor.
no, that's a rumor. It has the same principle.
It's Tina Fey.
And it has Tina Fey in
Ooh.
it. And I'm pretty sure there's still some people that was in the original Mean Girls in the new one, but
it's a musical.
It's a musical, and it's
And
different.
their trailer has no music in it.
None.
What?
And
Their
that's why I
trailer
was
was
like,
Olivia
it's a musical?
Rodrigo's some song.
Yeah,
some new
some
song.
song.
No like footage of them singing.
That's very
Because I know the
strange.
Mean Girls musical from Broadway.
Is it good?
It's
Yeah, it's good.
It's very good.
Oh.
We should go see it.
I would love that.
Okay, yeah, let's
just
go
have a Mean
see
Girls
it.
Day.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to wear pink.
oh yeah.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Oh no.
I'll have such a problem. with
Barbara's
that.
so
no.
unprepared.
It's so funny too because me and Maddie were literally just talking about the color pink right
we
before
were.
the show.
We really were.
I wish society, let's go deep real quick. I
Okay.
wish society didn't enforce me to hate pink so
That's
early
what
when
we're
I was
talking
born
about.
because pink is such a beautiful color and I just got into pink like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
You know,
same.
it used to be classically masculine.
Yeah.
The color pink.
I mean, just like heels and wigs.
God, take
And
me back.
makeup.
like that was.
And then we took it from you.
yeah, we took it for
Take me
ourselves.
back, God.
Right?
Yeah, no, I was talking about that because growing up, my favorite color was pink, and then both my mom and my Nana Pat hated pink because my mom grew up being very ungirly.
Yeah.
And I don't understand my Nana Pat's reasoning because she's a very classy lady. So I would have figured she would
Yeah.
have liked pink, but she hated it. And so like I just remember growing up and both my mom and Nana Pat were like, "Why pink?" And I was like, "Fuck, you're right. I should change
Never mind.
it."
No more pink. I'm sorry.
It's like, don't you shit on my parade,
Yeah,
babe.
what the hell? I just like pink. It's really pretty. I don't
was-
like hot pink. I just like baby
I was
pink.
forced to like blue.
Me.
I was forced to like blue.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, cool.
Because you're a boy.
Yeah, because I'm a boy, and I'm like, of course, my favorite color is blue. Whenever someone asks,
Yeah.
And I like vagina.
I like vagina.
I like vaginas.
I get puss. I like
And
blue.
blue.
But then it changed. I want to say probably 5 years ago, it changed to purple because I was like, purple's such a pretty color, and it also
Purple
means
is really
royalty.
Yeah, purple's my least favorite color.
Are you trying to say I copied you?
No, I don't like purple. But I was
also
told growing up that stereotypically a lot of black femmes love purple.
Huh.
And then I was told this right before my first year of university where I actually stayed on campus. And
Yeah.
then my roommate was another black femme. And everything she owned, all decor was purple. And I was like, Is it true?
Wait a minute.
I think just purple just looks good.
Purple looks
lighting
really
is
good
nice.
on Black people.
Yeah, I agree.
Like royal, like a deep royal purple. It makes us look like royalty.
It's true.
It's also
Beautiful
like
colors.
you've seen bisexual lighting.
Yeah, of course.
You've seen
Of
bisexual
course.
lighting. I don't know. Atomic.
I watch your stream.
Thanks. Atomic Blonde does it a lot. Janelle Monáe's music videos do it a lot, but it's supposed to like represent sexuality and like freedom. And so like it's really cool when you see it in a film or see it in a music video and you're like, God, you're so pretty.
Well,
like
it's
this
like
makes sense. Like
pink and blue mixed. It's purple.
You're right.
and you're just so so pretty. It's
I
just
love
everything.
colors.
Yeah, I mean, purple has always been my least favorite color. I still think it's a beautiful color. I know,
Flip the
right?
table. I'm done.
I hate it here.
But lilac, I love lilac.
Lilac is so pretty.
Lilac
Really
is
pretty.
really
I'm coming
pretty.
around. I feel like my favorite colors change.
Yeah.
So
You're
often.
purple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love it.
Maybe it'll come around.
It's coming out.
Well, also, you guys probably gravitate towards purple just from Twitch. I would imagine streaming.
Actually,
Are we
that
brain-
does the
Are we
opposite for me.
brainwashed? I was like, are we brainwashed? I don't know.
I
You're
literally
seeing it
I see it so much because it's also like a thing of streamers when they do lighting or like the aesthetics of their stream. It's always like purple or pink, and I'm like, I don't know if I like it very much.
I think it's because there's not
okay. Your
like-
face, first of all.
the other colors you could choose from for lighting are not flattering. Like
No, they're
yellow
not.
lighting, no. Green lighting, no.
Yeah.
Your
Orange,
lighting though is good. It's like a gold lighting that
Yeah,
Maddie does, and it's
like
very nice.
And my backlighting is like rose gold and like blues, and
That's
then
cool.
the lighting that I have facing me for like my stream lighting, I don't use ring lights or anything. A friend of mine taught me this, but it's like those metal work lamps, and then smart bulbs in it, and it's facing the wall.
Oh, so it bounces.
Yeah, so it bounces
okay.
off. And it does way more for me. But
Probably
because
like
they're
nice
smart
soft.
lights, I can control the warmth of it. And I like how mine
Oh my God.
looks. Because it looks like golden hour. Like
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah. And you look good in gold. Covered in gold. She's royalty.
Thank you.
Well, I'm curious too, Maddie. You were here. You were actually part of the Digital Creators Program, which recently ended at the time of recording this. But I'm curious how you guys met because you guys have been buddies for a good hot second, right?
God damn. Wait, how did we meet?
I'm just curious.
I'm always curious about that as
because
well.
like I feel like
Same.
with you and me, Maddie, like we kind of knew of each other just from the online space. I feel like I met you for the first time at something our friend Laurel was hosting.
Yes. I think it was at a party.
Maybe her birthday.
I think yes, I think it was
Yeah.
in person for the first time.
Yeah.
That's when we met. I don't know.
I think I know.
You do?
Yeah. So we're a part of a stream team on Twitch called
That is
Neat
true, that
Dude.
is true.
So
Yes.
they have great clothes. Love them.
They're pretty neat.
They're coming out with
pretty neat.
fanny packs this week.
But I think I remember when Maddie first applied to be on the team, and then also when you first got accepted, because it was one of those things. It's like, oh, there's another Black person, and I'm like, okay, this is great.
Yeah, Blizzb was the first Black streamer that I came across when I first started streaming.
I forget that.
I was so sad because I was like, I'm like streaming, and all of the streamers I know are white
dudes.
non-Black POCs, and I'm like, damn, are there no Black streamers on this fucking platform? Where are they all at? And then I applied for Neat Dude because I had been a huge fan of Jenna Marbles growing up, and I knew Chris through them, and I knew Neat Dude through them, and I was like, oh, it's like a thing, and I didn't know what stream teams were, so I was like, I'm just gonna apply, maybe I can make friends, and I did. I
made
made
friends.
so many friends.
You made friends.
But I applied, got in, and then that's when we started interacting more, and you reached out and you invited me to my very first gaming lobby ever.
Oh,
which was
yeah.
Whenever I told you about my aunt.
And then we met in person the
Fun
first
fact.
the first time I appeared on Achievement Hunter stream. That's also the first time I met Maddie, because we met the night of that, and I was so nervous.
because you were visiting Austin.
I
Yes.
was so nervous.
Oh my god, yes.
I was so nervous, and like hanging out with my Twitch friends IRL and like hanging out with my Twitch friends in person. It was like meeting internet strangers.
Yeah.
So I was
Yes.
so nervous to meet everyone, but we all met at Laurel's place, and we all
Yes.
just like
I imagine immediate click.
Oh no, I was crying in the mirror when I met Lori for the first time. Lori opens the door and I'm crying because I got hot pepper in my eye. And so
I thought you meant you just look at yourself crying in the bathroom.
It's so beautiful.
No, but it looked like it. It looked like I was looking at myself and just crying, looking at myself. And Lori goes, "Slay, love that for you."
Yeah, friendship immediately.
Friendship immediately.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing them into our lives.
Oh,
yeah.
Much appreciated.
We have like cool pals that I like. Do you know what I do, Barbara? I don't know if you know this. You probably noticed
Pray
this.
tell.
You probably noticed this. I'll meet people and I'll check their vibe and I immediately go, you would vibe with this person. So a lot of the times if I ever bring someone to you, it's because I thought of you. And I was like, oh, this person,
Yup.
Barb and this person, perfect.
Aw.
They would love
That's
to hang
literally
out.
that's literally what
lot.
he does. That's how I know most of the people here, because I knew nobody getting into content creation in general. And then Blizzb would go, you'd vibe with these people. Like, let me introduce you. Like, because whenever I met Blizzb in person for the first time, everybody else that was there, I didn't really know.
Yeah.
I think the only person that I gamed with was Mick at that time. And Mick was the one who reached out and was like, hey, we're doing this, come out. And I was like, I don't know anybody, but okay. I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Oh.
And that was the first time I met everybody in person. And I was like, oh, I really love these people. Because I also was still new to Texas.
Yeah.
So I didn't know
Yeah,
anybody. I
true.
had no friends here.
I love how like the gaming space and Twitch and everything like that, just content creation in general, just gives you just a built-in family.
Yeah.
And it's really
Yeah.
nice that like I felt this way in my early days of being a Rooster Teeth fan. I would go to like a Rooster Teeth fan meetup and immediately felt connected with everybody because I knew them online. And for some reason, when you know someone online, there's like just a comfort that goes along with that.
Because you find people with your same likeness and mindset.
True. Very
Whereas
true.
like in IRL world, when you meet people through like work or school, it's very circumstantial where you don't have the ability to pick and choose
Very
really with the people that you vibe with or you're friends with, because it's just like whoever's there, that's all you have to pick from.
I remember when we were bringing Blizz on, this was like, how long? 2 years ago at this point?
I think 2 years, yeah.
And like you had come into the studio a few times and recorded some stuff with us. And we are like working forever to try to get you here permanently, full time. And I remember thinking it was so special. Like you had such a bond with each person in different ways. Like you and Gus had a relationship. You and Griff had a
love Gus so
relationship.
much.
You and Blaine had a relationship. Like
Hatred. Still to this
Still
day.
a relationship.
it was cool. I just
Yeah.
good vibes all around.
I remember it because I was also so nervous about that, like hanging out with you all. But I remember when I came in actually just for Achievement Hunter stuff, and I got stopped by you and Griff, and you were like, "Oh yeah, you should like come hang out with STF sometime."
We're gonna
and like
steal you.
It's gonna be like so great. And I was like,
Ours now.
"Yeah." And Griff, like when Griff met me, Griff was like, "Oh, you're the guy with the cool beard. Like I know about you on Twitter." And I went, "Oh, hey."
Wow.
And then we started talking about a lot of things, and I was like, okay, wait, I fuck with you. Okay,
Yeah.
this is great.
You guys like immediately bonded.
Well, Griff and I work on the mindset of if you do it, I do it. We're enablers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we enable each other, and it leads to the best stories at the end of the day. But yeah, I miss STF. I'll say it.
Yeah, I do too. I was actually watching some of our old videos the other day, and I'm like, I miss this group. I miss making content.
We were talking about some skits that didn't get aired, like the skit that was the reason that Griff's wrist broke. It was the like a good or like a good ally, straight friend is there.
And is there? Yeah, we had a whole skit that we filmed
My face. I'm like,
where it was like Griff trying to like parallel park her car, and she goes like a good ally, straight friend is there, and then Blaine pops up and it's like,
"What's up, champ?"
all right, so what you want to do?
I can't.
We gotta find that.
I know.
so good,
it was
though.
it was so good.
How did break her wrist?
Because my car's weird. My
Oh, it was an actual
It's my car.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like
Oh.
her like wrist like just bent, I think, the wrong way while trying to do the steering wheel. I forgot about that.
It was like,
You
man.
broke
Delicate
Griff's
little
wrist.
flower.
That is so fucked up. Liz.
And that's why STF ended. If anyone's
Jesus
wondering,
Yes.
I broke
Christ.
Griff's-
This guy, get him out of
Griff's
here.
wrist.
Can't believe he put up with this. Every day.
Well, in the effort to get to know y'all a little better, I like to have a little icebreaker question just to like get some insight into the inner workings of your mind. So for this one that I've chosen for today, it's a would you rather question.
Okay.
Would you rather live in a tree house or live in a cave? And why? My immediate thought goes to cave because global warming is a thing. And I would be scared to be living in a tree with like hurricanes, storms, all types of weather, inclement weather. But I do feel like it would be more fun.
Yeah.
So it's hard to pick.
It's hard to pick because immediately you said treehouse, and I was like, oh my God, the magic treehouse.
Yes!
Oh my God. I was like, this is so
I was
great.
like, the treehouse, obviously.
I was like, oh, that would be so great. Oh, wait, trees. Oh, wait, trees fall. Oh.
And trees die.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Humans aren't nice to trees.
Yeah.
I guess if we want to go like just magical world, like big, thick, indestructible tree.
Yeah. Big, thick.
Hey, government, work on it. Work on an indestructible tree. We need it.
Please,
Thanks.
I really need
Where are
this.
my tax dollars going?
I know, right?
If it's
If not
for
a
the
magical
trees.
tree.
I like the idea of a cave. Personally, I don't know why. I just want to be like a caveman, living my best life, going outside when I need to go outside. Aren't houses just caves?
True.
Brave of you to say.
Aren't houses just caves?
I mean-
and then we go out of our caves when we want to.
Pretty destructible cave.
The other thing about caves, I guess there's no closure unless you build one, I guess. But they could be pretty like damp and cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also scary.
Yeah.
Like you
What lurks
don't really
beneath?
know
Well, you
what
like-
is in a cave.
But you're in the cave. You're fine.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean everything else in the cave wants you to be there.
Okay, that's fair.
Cave is probably better like longevity wise because once you get older, climbing up and down for a treehouse might
not work out.
Yeah.
too well.
Unless you
But-
built a little pulley
But also,
system.
like when it comes to a cave, I would want to like a cave that's high up.
So a treehouse.
Like on top of
so
like a
real.
cave on
Like
top
on
of
a
a
tree.
mountain.
Like yeah, like in a mountain.
cave
Like
in a
when
mountain?
I
Or
picture a
tree.
cave, I picture like in it like a
Like on a snow top.
like in a mountain.
Like a little divot inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm reading a lot of Sarah J. Maas books recently, so I'm on.
You picturing under the mountain?
Yes,
I
literally. Yeah.
also
Okay.
love a guitar.
We're literally.
Although I don't know if
DMing
you'd-
about this earlier.
I don't know if you'd want to live under the mountain because it was a torture.
It was literally
Oh.
where people tortured people. But also like because I'm on Throne of Glass, so it's like caves are where they find caves when they're like traveling to like keep them safe. So like in my head, I'm like that. I am associating it with safety.
Yeah.
But I'm also associating it with badassery. So maybe I do want a cave.
Yeah. Treehouse would be nice. I want to make a dojo casa house
Oh yeah.
in a treehouse. I feel like that would be good.
That would be fun.
I respect women,
Mojo
by the way.
dojo.
Mojo dojo.
Casa house.
Mojo jojo.
Mojo.
I Mojo Dojo Casa House. I respect women, by the way. I have to put that out there
Thank
because
you,
that
thank
Yeah, no.
that
yeah, that's
that
what you
house
said.
did not.
No.
But I do. I'm built different. So I'm not like other
Thank
guys.
you for being so brave.
You know when men say, I'm one of the good ones.
I'm a nice guy. I'm one of the
I'm
good ones.
really
That means they're one of the good ones.
Yeah. one of the good
Then you
ones.
have to
Yeah.
believe them because they're saying it and they're telling you.
Hey,
then they
not
say-
all men.
Not
okay?
all men. I mean, not all men, but
Oh, but. So you think treehouse?
I think
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll be different. I'll go treehouse.
Okay.
I'm gonna go cave. I am gonna go cave, which is it's weird because I didn't think I would go cave because my most like stuck memory in my head of caves are from one of the books that I read growing up. It was a Laura Lee McDaniel book, and if you know anything about Laura Lee McDaniel, the author, she writes a lot of romance novels, but one of the characters always dies.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Why do they do that to us?
I know, and I read all of her books in middle school because the library was filled with them.
What a
and
time.
One of them was about this girl who had the disease of like she couldn't go out into the sun. She was literally allergic to the sun, but she would love to go out at night and go to like this secret cave.
Oh.
And then how she dies is she goes to the cave alone and the tide gets too high and she gets stuck in the sun.
Oh, she doesn't die from the. Oh, wait, she gets stuck in the sun.
She gets
Like-
stuck in the cave and the sun comes out. Yeah.
That's
so
brutal.
So I was like, I hate caves.
I think it depends on the location of the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I
if
would
it's
pick
near
it.
the ocean, I'm good.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't want it.
But yeah, I think. But the idea of a treehouse is so magical.
I know.
Yeah, magical treehouse.
Literally, those were my favorite books growing up.
Yeah.
Magical treehouse.
Like when you picture a treehouse, you picture like this big thing with like all these leaves everywhere and it being like sparkly and
Yup.
gorgeous and but I'd probably still pick cave.
Just it's just sustainable.
Trying to be sustainable about
If I can get internet access in the treehouse.
I feel like for
Imagine
internet, a treehouse would be better. Yeah.
Streaming treehouse. Forget a hype house, all your friends in a treehouse.
So cute.
That would be very cool. Okay, maybe my answer is
I'm picturing the treehouse from High School Musical 3. Troy Bolton's treehouse.
Oh my god.
Anybody remember that?
I'm giving up.
Me? Okay.
I'm giving up.
I haven't seen it.
I'm tapping out.
I'm like one of the few who never did the High School Musical train.
Really?
Yeah.
I know.
I should
all
probably
the
go
dance
back.
moves.
Bet on it, bet, right? Is that one of those? Is that it, Bliss?
Yeah.
Good that's the
I think
only one you
status
know.
quo is usually
Okay.
my one.
Oh, I love Status Quo. But Bet on It is like iconic
That's
and
the
legendary.
only one I know.
It's because it's
there's so
memed.
many.
It's because that one's memed
memed.
Oh,
like
okay.
so much. So that makes sense that if you haven't watched High School Musical, that's the one you hear
I'm sure
about.
I've heard the other songs. I just
Oh,
know
yeah,
they're High
for
School
sure.
Musical.
Yeah.
Well, let us know in the comments if you would rather live in a cave or a treehouse and why.
Yeah.
Very curious about the why.
I am too. I just
That'd
feel
be
like caves are more badass.
I feel like you could make it really cozy.
That's true.
Well, let's move on to our audience questions for today.
Okay.
These questions come from our wonderful viewers of the podcast. If you have a question for us, you could send those in as well to alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. So here's our first question. Hey there. I, 23-year-old female, have to make some hard decisions in the next 2 to 3 years. To provide some context, I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's degree in a town far from home and have been in a relationship with my girlfriend for almost 3 years.
Yeah, gay.
Yay, okay.
My parents are very conservative and religious.
Oh no.
And one of my parents has told me to my face that I would be disowned if I turned out to be homosexual. My parents do not have any hard evidence that I am, but are highly suspicious over time since I've never brought a guy home. My girlfriend is pressuring me to make my life my own, and I would love to. However, I am still very financially dependent on my parents. I feel extremely burnt out with having this weight on my shoulders. I have a lot to lose, but also a lot to gain. Is pursuing freedom in your own way more important than having a good foundation to have freedom later? Tough question.
Whoa.
Damn.
With the conservative parents, my mind immediately went, and I don't know why, you ain't one of them homosexuals, are you? So sorry
could
about
be how
that.
they said it. Yeah.
It could
sorry.
be. It could be. Financial stability is really important.
Yeah.
And it actually contributes to the foundation later and also the foundation now. So
And she's 23.
23. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty young.
I fully came out to my parents at 22. And I gave them an ultimatum type of thing. I doubled down. So very similar to that. My parents were very conservative. They still are in some types of ways, but I told them, I came out to my mom before, like I want to say around 19, and then she forgot. And I was like, no, you
I
didn't.
don't know.
No, you didn't.
Maybe she tried to forget.
Sorry.
But then I brought it up again, but right after I signed a lease with my partner, and I said, hi, just a reminder, I'm bisexual.
Yeah.
I'm also moving with my partner. You can either be in my life or not.
And they go, I know, I've seen the lights on your street.
They're like, yeah, purple.
Like, yeah, I've seen,
okay.
I've seen.
Yeah, I know.
But they, like, we stopped talking for about a week, and then we started talking again, coming back. I like gave them time to process because they had to go through the death of their son, basically, and then recreate this new. I know it's so much. It's just so much.
Jeez, whatever.
But it's hard, especially you have someone in your life who's like, hey, I want you to live your best life because you'll be happier living your best life.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of putting a deadline on you and kind of putting
Right.
this pressure on you. I would say when your parents say, we'll disown you if you're homosexual, my mind goes, double down. I'm homosexual now. What are you going to do? What are you going to tell the family?
Yeah.
What, I can also disown you.
You
What
really
are you-
going to disown your own child over this?
when people ask about me, when other family members ask about me, what are you going to say now? Like, it puts them in a situation.
For some reason, it's so funny to think, you can't disown me if I disown you first.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. You're done.
It is a tough situation, though, and I understand kind of like the back and forth on it. Like, on one hand, I am always of the mindset of, like, be your truest self and find your happiness and live your most fulfilling, happy life. But I also understand the other side of it of, well, if you could use the financial support
Yeah.
and mom maybe want to milk that for a couple of years and then come out. And if that's not, doing yourself any harm,
True.
That is a possibility. I don't know.
Also, it's sounding like they are the parents that kind of deserve being taken advantage of a little bit. So
maybe a little bit.
Like, if you want to be like, you know, quietly be gay for a little bit, use all of the money that they're allowing you, and then when you're financially stable, you come out and you're like, guess what? Bitch, I used all your money for all my gay needs.
I've been gay for years.
These bills went to gays.
All your money was used for the queers. How do you feel?
No, but I completely agree with that. Like, maybe get to a point, start working on becoming financially stable. And once you get to that point, it's going to be hard. But like, take a leap of faith and put trust in yourself and also your support circle. I would say Twitch became a huge support circle for me. So like literally fam, like y'all are fam to me. Have that support circle. Chosen family is one of the biggest things in the queer community, and they can really, really have your back in your like most low moments of your life. So
100%.
Chosen family is just as, if not more important than actual family, because you never know. Just because you share blood with people doesn't mean they have or feel any obligation to actually genuinely care for you.
Very true.
Whereas your chosen family, they're there for a reason because they don't have to be there. They don't feel a requirement to be there. They want to.
It's not a conditional love.
Yeah.
Which is, to this day, I'm always still so shocked that, you know, for many reasons, but religion being a big one, that parents are willing to disown their own child for the way that they were born.
You obviously
who they choose to
have
love.
Children. Why? Why are you doing
Barb,
this?
it's a sin, and so is wearing mixed textiles. But I mean, I guess we can pick and choose.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can pick and choose.
You gotta take it off.
I mean, in the Bible too, it does say. Sorry, we're gonna go Bible talk. It does say no sin is greater than the other. So
they're all
why
equal,
is that?
Apparently.
Yeah, they're all equal.
But also, that also wasn't in the Bible until 1984.
And wasn't it?
Where it was a mistranslation.
Yeah, it was pedophiles.
Pedophile.
Yeah.
Yep. Fun fact. There's a documentary about it. You could go watch.
Christianity is sick, dude.
Christianity is just doing the thing.
But again, this is like obviously the only context we have for this situation is what you wrote to us in the email.
Yeah.
It's a very personal situation. So like we can't tell you what to do or what not to do. I think it's more of like what's going to make you the happiest. And if coming out to your parents because you just want to be free of that burden on your shoulders and deal with the consequences after, like I would say go for it. Maybe they might surprise you.
If you have enough spoons to deal with the potential mental and emotional I don't want to say consequences, but just situations handling it, then by all means, please do. But also make sure you have a safe space for yourself at the end of the day, like a place you can go to or people you can go to.
Have a backup plan for, because unfortunately there's so many reasons and ways that it could go wrong. So to make sure that you come out of it seemingly unscathed is really, really important.
I also will say that if she wrote here that her girlfriend is pressuring her to make her life her own. And like, I think there's a fine line between like someone saying like, I want to support you and I want to see you happy and free and being your full self. And I get that. But coming out is a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially like.
You can't push somebody to do it when they're not ready.
Someone to do it.
It's also not obligated to come out ever. It's a weird societal thing.
Yeah. Also, having a partner pressure you to do that comes off more of like, I'm doing this because I'm affected by this. And I'm only thinking about how I'm affected by it with being in a relationship with you, instead of actually considering what their partner will go through, is going through, and their family dynamics.
Yeah. And everything that is a result of coming out or you know, for that individual.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I would say, like, don't let that be a factor in your decision. I think it should be about what you want to do, what makes you comfortable. And if that means like not coming out now or ever, that's okay.
Yeah.
But as long as you feel safe and comfortable and happy with who you are, I think that's the most important.
Yep.
Yeah.
And protecting your spoons and your energy, because it's hard out here.
Where did spoons come from?
It's a spoons theory, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like not like having enough spoons to do something.
Yeah, it's like I don't know enough information on this, but it's a theory that you have a limited amount of spoons that you can use throughout the day, and that's like your time, energy, emotional capabilities, and each task takes a certain amount of spoons. So like, I don't know, I walked in today with 18 spoons and I've used like 9 of them already today. So I have like I have a good amount, or I'm using all 9 right now.
Yeah.
The remaining 9 right now during the show.
Yeah.
But there are also days where you will not have enough spoons, and that's you needing a break.
Yeah.
I just found out about emotional burnout. Yeah. I went to
It's
therapy
fine.
before this.
Could you give us a brief?
I am still understanding it because I have always heard of burnout from a physical and mental standpoint.
Sure.
Of like, I'm working too hard and I'm too tired because I'm doing all this stuff. Emotional burnout is dealing with emotional situations or talking to people about emotional situations or having people talk to you about emotional situations, but you're not ready for that conversation because there's so much happening for you and you have 0 time to process whatsoever. And my therapist was like, so this is a thing. And I was like, oh my God.
Everything's making sense now.
Everything's making sense.
Yeah.
But it's a
Definitely
fun
went
time.
through that recently.
Yeah.
Emotional burnout is not fun. Do not suggest. 10 out of 10, terrible.
10 out of 10 avoid.
10 out of 10
10
avoid.
avoid.
On the avoidance scale, don't do it.
There's something very interesting about it, though. It's okay if I derailed. Sorry. I just halfway through I went,
Wow, Blizzb.
Where are we?
We got plenty of time, please.
emotional.
I think we've answered the question.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of also going to be emotional burnout too,
Yes.
in a way. But something I've noticed, I've been trying in my like 20s. I gave myself a weird deadline. Don't give yourself a deadline.
Don't do that.
But in my 20s, I wanted to find out more about myself. So I think 2 episodes ago when I was on here, I came out as aromantic as well. And I was like, I found out about that about myself. I also did my ADHD on this episode as well. Learned about my ADHD a little bit more. But I have noticed moments where my depression is super low or moments where I can feel I'm about to burn out and write them down what it feels like. So anytime I've ever felt like that, I know exactly where I'm going.
That's huge.
And it's, I have it on my notes app, which is like really nice.
Yeah.
It's like, am I feeling like this? Are my responses to people very black and white? Are so-and-so like this, or is the situation like this? Oh, then this is leading towards depression. Oh, this is leading towards me having an anxiety episode or anything like that, or a panic attack or anything like that. And it's this, I have strategies and I have puzzles in my brains. And I potentially think I also might be autistic too.
Bestie, we flock together.
I know, that's the thing. It was, Laurel was on this, on the one where I was talking about ADHD. And Laurel goes, usually like people flock together and everything. I go, cool.
Yes.
It's all making sense.
It's all making sense why I
We're
flock to
all
certain
autistic.
people.
I saw this quote, and I apologize if it's like not correct, but it was like, your vibe attracts your tribe. And it's like, I think that's true for also like mental aspects of yourself as well, whether it be ADHD, anxiety, depression, autism, anything like that. Attract people like-minded. You feel comfortable and safe around them.
Yeah, it's the relatability. And I know sometimes I can just say, hi, I'm having an ADHD paralysis day. And you'd be like, oh,
I
okay,
get
cool.
that.
I know exactly what that is.
I just had that yesterday.
Without having to explain
I have
it
a
all.
whole day of nothing to do, and I haven't done anything. I haven't done nothing.
Or I have one thing on my schedule, so I'm going to sit here and wait the entire time until that happens.
I can't do anything. I can't do anything. If I have, like today, I knew that this was something I had to do, and I was
just
like,
sit there.
I was like, I know it wasn't even just sitting. I specifically scheduled my alarm clocks so where I only had the amount of time to get ready. Because I was like, if I wake up earlier than that, I'm going to spiral, or I'm going to sit and disassociate on my bed to the point where I have no time to get ready.
If it's like the weekend and I have like an appointment somewhere at 4:00, I won't be able to do anything. I'm like, well, my appointment's at 4, so like,
What do I do?
I guess I could maybe like clean my bathroom.
But I was talking about this. If I have like a place to go, or if I'm traveling, you would think, right? You're traveling, so maybe focus on the things you need to pack and like get that ready. But my brain goes, you need to clean everything. So before I left for TwitchCon, I reorganized my entire closet.
I will say
before
though,
packing everything.
when you're traveling, you come home to a clean house.
Yes. I literally
That
can't
is
leave my
amazing.
place dirty if I'm going somewhere, because if I come back and I see things that I have to do, I'm like,
oh, here we go. I gotta unpack, do all the laundry from my packing.
Yup.
And then clean.
And cleaning your space before you leave also makes unpacking when you come back so much easier.
True. That makes sense. I'm the type of person that packs 2 days before if I know I'm supposed to go somewhere. I'm very like on it because I don't want to be stressed.
You want to know how on it I am? the first I went to LA twice in the past 2 months, and the first time I went to LA, I was on the phone with a friend who was also going to LA at the time, and she took a picture of her empty luggage, and she left a day after me.
Okay.
So she had 2 days before she really had to pack. But she took a picture of her empty luggage, she put it on Twitter, and she was like, all right, all ready to leave on Saturday. And it was like Thursday night. And then I took a picture of my empty luggage, and I was like, all right, all ready to leave in 8 hours.
Oh my God. I go both ways.
Really?
There are some days where I pack, I'll never pack day of.
Yeah, no.
That stresses me out too much. I'll always do it the night before, but I'm about to go on a 17-day trip.
You are?
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to figure this out ASAP because I need to like I want to figure out the outfits in advance, how I could like wear things more than once because that's also, I'm an overpacker and we talked about this as well.
Yep.
And I like took pictures of all the outfits I want to wear too. And I'm just like, I'm just going to pack it up, be done with it, not think about it, just so it's like one less thing I need to worry about before leaving.
I'm just like Barb. I was like taking pictures. I had my notes app. I go, you're wearing this on this day, and we're using these jeans for this outfit.
I'll show you the app I have.
Yeah, she was showing me this app. It's so good.
We're totally
derailing. It's so good.
It's an app called Get Wardrobe.
It's immaculate.
So
I'm downloading it so fast.
I have like all my clothes in the app. And then you can make outfits with things and make packing lists. So I did one for my trip. So you see I have 14 outfits that I have with 36 clothing items, which is like also includes socks and hats.
Yeah.
And so like you see all the things I'm bringing. And then if you go to the outfits, you could see all the outfits I made with like
amazing
pictures that I also put of like myself wearing the outfit so I could see what it looks like.
I'm losing my mind here.
It's amazing. Not sponsored.
Non-spawn.
Where have you been my entire life?
We gotta talk more.
I've been doing this on my notes app the entire time, being like, okay, this is this.
Yeah. See, I didn't even do a notes app this time because now I have roommates. So I literally just called Vine down to
like, does this look good?
And I was like, I'm gonna put on outfits and you gotta tell me if it's good.
Do I look pretty?
It is a little bit tedious though because you have to like get a photo of the thing. Usually like laying it flat. You could remove the background in the app, which is nice.
Okay.
And then you have to like you can say what it is. So like shirt, pants, boots, hat, whatever.
But it's worth it.
That's totally.
And then you can
worth
also
it for me.
categorize things by weather, by like fanciness. Like literally, it's so for someone who loves organizing clothing and like outfits. Chef's kiss.
Yes.
I need this in my
That's
life.
amazing. I'll show you more of it after.
Yeah.
I want it so bad. I want to like go. I want to travel like right now, just so I can Which is okay because all of my LA pals have been texting me like, "When are you coming back down?" And I'm like, "Oh no."
Next time you go to LA, I want to go with you.
Yes, please.
I'm done.
Literally, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, take pictures in LA.
Yes, please. I love LA so much.
LA's a fun place to visit. I don't know if I'd ever want to live there.
We can bother Funhouse. You want to go meet Funhouse?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they'd love to have you on some stuff.
Bother Funhouse.
Funhouse.
I love bothering people.
All right, let's try to get one more question in before we wrap things up because I think this is a good question. Support for today's episode comes from Jenny Kane, and honestly, it's perfect timing because my wardrobe needs a little refresh now that winter is here. In case you don't already know, Jenny Kane is a California brand through and through, and their staples make getting dressed easier than it's ever been before. Think minimalist and effortless, but totally refined. You guys know I love Jenny Kane. I've talked about it all the time. This is one of my favorite sweaters in the flesh. It's the Chloe crew neck. You could see just how thick yet lightweight it is. It hangs so beautifully on the body. It goes with everything. One of my favorites. It's cozy, but not too hot or stuffy like a lot of sweaters. Go check them out. Our listeners get 15% off your first order when you use the code ALWAYSOPEN at jennykane.com. That's 15% off your first order, JENNIKAYNE.com, using the code ALWAYSOPEN. Let getting dressed be one less thing to worry about. Thank you, Jenny Kane. This also comes from our email, alwaysopen@readjusting.com, which you could email your questions to. I'm 28-year-old female, boyfriend, 32-year-old male, and I are ending our relationship just short of 8 years together. I know it's for the best. I realized some things time ago that we weren't the most compatible, but we were comfortable and stable together. We've lived together for about 6 years and have pets. Nothing specific occurred to end our relationship. I think we both just knew it was time to call it. Even so, the breakup itself is still hard and my heart hurts to lose the person I'm most comfortable around. The thing I'm most struggling with is the change in my lifestyle. I now have to move. All future plans have changed. Rent has become so expensive over the last 8 years, and now I have to pay it all by myself. We moved across the state together to a brand new place 3 years ago, have the same newer friends, and I don't know what's going to happen with them. How do I transition to this new life? I feel like I'm stuck and I don't even know what to do next.
Is this a targeted question?
I'm struggling right now.
Picked a random question. If it's too much, we don't have to talk about it.
I'm ready to talk about it.
But if you're okay talking about, you've been through a similar relationship, a recent change of lifestyle, having to move.
Recent, yeah. And it was basically a very similar thing of like we were the people in our lives that we were most comfortable around, and we also moved states together to Texas. And it was a very similar thing of like, at the time, it was like no animosity. It was like we just don't vibe together anymore.
I think it's really a mature way to look at it too.
Yeah,
and for these people, I gotta say.
And it was just a thing of sometimes you're scared to come out of something because you have that comfortability, you have that safety blanket, and you don't know anything else, and it's terrifying to start over. Which it was. Like because at the time, the relationship ended very amicably. I've learned things since then that had made it not amicable. You know, things change.
Yeah.
But it was a very jarring change of going from having somebody to kind of depend on in a lot of ways and not having that anymore. It is terrifying.
I've heard from a lot of people and felt this myself as well after a long relationship ends. It feels almost like a death.
Yes.
Where
you're mourning.
You mourn it, and there's like this huge part of your life that's no longer your daily routine, even if it's like texting good morning or checking in on someone or letting someone know where you're going. Like little things, or if you see something that excites you, having someone to text about it, or if you land after a flight, having someone to text that you landed safely. Like all that stuff, it's like these little details that were so just normal part of your life are just not there anymore.
Yeah, it's I'm surprised that it ended like very mentally well for both of them. It got to 8 years and was like, oh, you all just came to the same conclusion, which was nice.
Yeah,
but
kudos,
sometimes comfortability, the best way of putting it, this is not going to be the only person you'll find comfort in.
Yeah.
There are more people out there that you can also find comfort in. There are friends that you can find comfort in. But obviously it's different because this is someone you've been around for 8 years. But this is not the only person. Like there are more people out there.
I was in a relationship for 6 years. It was my first relationship from age 16 to 22. And when we broke up, I was convinced that I would never find someone who loved me the way he loved me. I was just like, it's impossible. Like, he loved me so much, and I don't think I could ever find someone who was going to love me that way or that much. But you do.
Yeah, you do.
And it is going to be an adjustment.
Yeah.
And I think you just need to allow yourself that time and that grace, because I think a lot of people expect, like, when am I going to get over this? When am I going to feel normal again? Or like, when am I going to feel like I'm over this situation, or I could feel like I can move on? And it might take a long time.
It might take years.
It might take years.
I think,
but you will get there.
Yeah.
One piece of advice that I will give is you were in a relationship for 8 years.
So long.
During that time, so much about you has changed. And yes, it's an end to something, but it's also a brand new beginning. And it's a very important time in your life to really figure out yourself, find yourself, discover new things about yourself that you probably couldn't have done in that relationship. And I would say take the time to do that. Because I feel like when you get out of a relationship, whether it be 8 years, 3 years, whatever, I feel like a lot of people, their first mindset is, well, I have to find somebody else. But you don't. You don't have to find somebody else.
I was like, serial monogamist. I know that game.
As somebody got out of a relationship with a serial monogamist. Definitely focus on yourself, because it is very important to know who you are outside of a relationship. It is very important to know who you are alone. and to love yourself when you're by yourself.
Especially, she said she was 28, I believe.
Yeah,
You got
28.
time, baby.
From 20 to 28, that is huge
Yeah.
in terms of like developmental years.
Huge change.
And you've gone through a lot of transitionary moments too. Like moving together is
Yeah.
that's a transitionary moment.
You
like
all went
things
through
can
a
change.
pandemic together.
Y'all went through a pandemic.
Like, there's so many things that have probably changed about yourself that you don't realize. So I know getting out of my relationship, I didn't really notice everything about me that changed until I was alone enough to be like, damn, I am not the same person I was when I got into this relationship.
Yep.
When I got into that relationship, I had just also moved back to a brand new state because I moved back to California and I knew nobody in the part that I moved to.
Wow.
And he was the first person that I met and like was comfortable with being around. So I was very dependent. And then we both moved here and I actually gained like such a big support system, so many friends, and I'm not dependent anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a very independent person.
Definitely.
And knowing that I didn't have somebody that kind of like constantly needed me, and that sounds really bad.
No, but it's true.
No, it's
Right.
true,
Because
yeah.
it's like you feel wanted, you feel needed, and then all of a sudden you don't have that person anymore, and you think like, well, who does need me, or what am I supposed to do?
It was kind of finally realizing that I didn't just need a romantic person in my life to make me feel wanted.
Yeah.
Because it was very much so I got out of that relationship and I kind of felt easily replaceable and unwanted and unloved. And then I realized there's so many people in my life who do love me and do want me.
And who can love you.
Yeah.
I think too, like I know she speaks a lot about how like they have the same friends and like trying to figure out what's going to happen there. And it could be a very daunting situation thinking like, well, everything I have, everything I am is tied into this person who I'm not with anymore. And it could be really scary, but I'm sure all of us could speak from experience of like, you do get through that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you usually 99.9% of the time end up happier.
Yeah.
Because the relationship ended for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think reminding yourself of that. And it's going to be a lot of transitioning, a lot of change. But I also will say, like, allow yourself to feel sad.
Yes.
Oh my God, allow yourself to feel
Please
sad.
do
Like,
not ignore it.
I know
Do
in the
not bottle
question
it
they're
up.
talking about how it was like amicable and like they both kind of decided together, but like allow yourself that mourning time.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Because
grieve. It's
regardless
fine.
if you both agreed on it, you're still going to be sad.
Yeah.
Because you lost somebody in your life. Whether it's you end up friends, however, you still lost the type of person that they were. So just grieve a little bit.
Yeah.
I would say in that sadness too, you learn a lot about yourself. So
Yes.
really take the time to process your sadness. And you were talking about earlier about like people wanting you. At the end of the day, you have to want yourself
Yes.
too. So that's if you're looking for someone to want you, turn the mirror towards yourself.
Yeah.
because,
Sing
like,
that song in the mirror. I want you to want me.
But that's the thing, because I'm learning that I didn't want myself for the longest time, and like I'm in a relationship now, and I am learning that I want myself now, and that I don't have to be wanted by everyone else and like care about what everyone else thinks. I care about what I think,
Yeah.
and like how I'm doing. How am I doing today?
Absolutely.
How am I doing today?
Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. It's
Am I
okay.
doing okay? I don't know.
That's part of life, and that's why it's beautiful.
Yo.
And I don't know if you two could also relate to this, but there is something so freeing about being single after a long relationship.
It's so free.
Like, obviously there's going to be hard times and like you're going to feel really sad and lonely probably a lot of the time, especially right after. But you get to a point where you're just like, I'm just me.
Yeah.
And I could do whatever I want. I could like be whoever I want, meet whoever I want. Go fuck around.
go live like
Go be
literally,
a slut.
Go be a slut. baby.
They're 28, right?
Safely.
They're 28.
I'm 27. I'm about to turn 28. This is the time to fuck up. Literally just do whatever the fuck you want. Make those mistakes. Be messy.
Hell
be,
yeah.
Be messy. Do what you want. Vibe with it. And then later on down the line, you can have great stories. Tell your kids if you want kids. You don't have to have kids. Or other people's kids.
I say life is too short for you to like live in restrictions. So like go live your best life at this
Literally
point.
just
Yeah.
vibe. Like I said,
Go
just
vibe.
know who you are outside of a relationship because it's so important. Because if you don't know who you are outside of a relationship, you're going to depend on the person that you're with to define who you are.
Yep.
And you're going to structure yourself to be exactly what they want, and it's not healthy. So just
Very well
discover
said.
yourself. Literally find yourself, love yourself, focus on you. You're the most important person in your life.
And this feeling will pass.
It
Feeling
will
will
pass.
pass.
This feeling will pass.
The feeling of stuck, the feeling of being unsure.
Exactly. It will pass.
Well, thank you guys. Such wonderful words of wisdom.
Hey, thanks.
Wait, are we almost done? Oh my God, yeah. it's-
we're wrapping up.
Sometimes I say things.
That's right.
it felt like so short because it felt like we were just like by. I forgot
yeah.
the cameras for a second.
I know.
It's nice when you do
time.
these things and it's just pals. So you're just like, we're just talking.
Yeah, they just happen to put a microphone in front of our faces and some cameras.
No.
Well, Maddie, where can people find you?
Madi DuVernay everywhere. And sometimes with an extra Y because I have multiple accounts, or on Twitter, like somebody stole my name and they haven't been on Twitter in 5 years. God, I hate that. I hate it so much. But yeah, I do things sometimes.
Cool.
I'm an actress, content creator. Have fun looking at me be dumb online.
Hey, they're used to it with us.
Yeah. I also
Sadly.
speak my shit. So if you hate people speaking out about things, probably don't follow me.
They wouldn't be watching the show. I don't think. Blizz, anything you want to promote as well?
I also stream on Twitch. My name's Blizz on Twitch. I took out the bear. I also stream for Inside Gaming. So if you want to know everything gaming news, or even just watch our streams on Twitch,
They're so
twitch.tv/Roosterteeth.
fun.
It's so fun. We are the department that's probably getting in the most trouble with HR. So definitely come hang out and figure out what I mean by saying that.
They
There you
kidnap people sometimes. I've been kidnapped.
It's fun to be kidnapped by Inside Gaming.
Maddie's second day of the creator program, I literally pick up Maddie's phone.
second day, it was the first day.
Oh
That's
my
hilarious. I called the person who was in charge and I said, "We're stealing Maddie." And they went, okay. And I went, "Okay, bye."
I was like waiting on my lift. And I was like,
I said, "Cancel your lift."
I was like, I just came to say hi. And he was like, sit down.
God. Now you're here for hours.
Cancel your lift.
But you guys stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday?
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday at 3 to 7 Central Time. And yeah, we play a lot of, we go back to like old classics. Sometimes we play,
it.
we're playing like Deep Rock Galactic. We're doing some Minecraft
So you do
Let's
some Minecraft,
Builds.
yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Chicken Horse in.
Ooh.
I know.
Chicken Horse is fun.
Going back. Unrailed, trying to bring Unrailed back. I've been going through the archives.
God, I'm still new to gaming. So I'm just like, what the fuck are all these things?
All good games that you should
All
try.
really good games.
Right.
Well,
You
wonderful.
got me.
And as a reminder, if you guys want to support what we do here at Rooster Teeth, Inside Gaming, everything we make, you could sign up for First Membership, which is like our patronage. You get ad-free content, you get bonus shows, tons of extra benefits on our site, and it also supports us in making what we love and what you guys like to watch. So if you want to support us, please consider signing up for First. And if you can't, that's okay. As long as you're watching and you're here, we love you.
So true.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
You're so welcome.
Thanks so much for having me. I want to flip the table.
Please do.
Episode over.
And thank you guys for being here. We'll see you next week.
Bye.